So what's going on, guys? I appreciate you tuning in to another video. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button, all right? Right now, I'm chasing down the kids in Juliana. Granddad ended up getting the kids some new fishing nets, and they're in the creek trying to catch some crawdads. But look at these goats real quick. They completely devoured their paddock. It is amazing. You guys are good. So good. You guys need to move, that's for sure. Look at that, coming up here. Look at the difference, man. Kiko goats, they know how to work. Look at that. This is where they are. This is where they're going. We gotta get rid of this wasp nest. I don't want any of the kids to get stung. Oh, I found them. They're at the Tree of Life. I don't know if you guys saw, but there's some chickens in there scratching away on their manure. That's what's great about free ranging, especially when you have other animals. They scratch, they spread the manure out. That way it's just not in one location. And also, they eat fly larvae. What do we got going on here, guys?
Trying to find some creatures.
Any crawdads?
No, we haven't found anything but a caterpillar and a little snail, but we're looking for newts and crawdads and snakes.
All right.
And fish.
Spring. What do you got? What do you got?
Nothing. I'm
Nothing.
just putting mine with down.
All right.
And it's one down.
Man, creek's going good. Well, the rain that we've had last couple days.
Yeah, but it must have knocked over the dam down there because there's no swimming area anymore.
Oh man.
And the sand. Oh, here's a ginormous.
What do you got?
Any creatures under those rocks?
What do you got, guys?
I'm seeing what's under here. Maybe the creature will go under into my net.
Setting up a trap.
Catch anything yet? Hey! Mom!
What do you got, man?
Nothing.
Oh
This
man.
is what?
Just rocks.
I caught rocks. No, I keep looking under.
What do you got?
Wet rocks. Nothing.
We gotta find some crawfish in here.
Somebody. What?
We gotta find some crawfish in here.
We could look for turtles on the trail.
Pasture, wooded pasture. That is the goal for the entire 2 acres of our woods. It would be absolutely amazing. We do have a lot of trees of heaven. Those are those huge sumac trees that really don't do much. What do you got? What do you got, man? What is that? I think your net's too big for it. What do you got, man? Oh, is that a 1,000-legger?
I found one.
What do you got, man?
Maybe.
Cool, dude. Good job.
Put it in my net. I found 2,000. Yeah, that's a good net
You
for
could
it.
Yeah,
take
this
it back and feed it to Myrtle and.
Oh yeah. What I want is wooded pasture along with an edible forest. I want the trees that are back there to be all providing food, whether it's apples or nuts. That is not just for us, but also the animals. We'll be able to run pigs in there. They'll be in the shade. They'll be happy and nice and be able to eat the fruit and nuts that fall on the ground.
Out of the water.
Everyone's looking good. Why does she have a fat neck? Why does he have a fat neck? You see that?
Like.
Yeah. Look at this goat right here. Never seen this before. This year's buck, his neck, it's like he has a double chin right now. Man, I have never seen anything like that. I'm gonna have to look that up and maybe reach out to a few people. If you guys know anything, don't be afraid to leave some comments. I've never seen that before in a goat. He's moving good, he's eating grass. He's also pooping good too. But it's just like he has a sack. I don't know. A double chin. Maybe I'll get my hands on our buck, and the swelling is not, it's not hard. It's right at the jawline, and it's not like a lump or anything. It's just it seems like a lot of fluid. I've had read, and I have seen before, grazing animals, their faces get swelled up when they have a lot of fluid in their body because their head's down. But I'm gonna have to keep my eye on him, and he's eating normal. I saw him drink some water, so I'm not too concerned right now because he's eating and drinking, and I did see him go to the bathroom, and that looked normal. So I'm gonna go back to the house, see what's going on. Not bad. Get him, get your nuts down. Hold on, people gotta get.
Move it to the other side.
Any snakes?
So we are all out here playing in the creek. We ended up getting some wild mint. We found this early on living here. We have wild mint growing along this creek. It is so good and so minty. I mean, there's just abundance of life here. We ended up throwing a huge cover crop, and you know, the kids absolutely enjoy this area. This is where the pigs were. We ended up moving them from paddock to paddock, and they were always in here, even with the pigs, playing in the creek. Weston ended up making a dam down here that actually busted because we had so much rain the past couple days. And you know, it's just such a joy. What you working on, man? What do you got going on here?
Damming it up.
Damming it up?
Because we have a big swimming pool right there.
Well, I bet if you dig it out, we'll still have a pool there.
Yeah, Wes, let's go dam it up by the beach. Not here. This is pretty.
No, Ma. No, Ma. I'm going to do it like that. Oh,
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So just like the spring right underneath the tree of life, there are springs all over this side of our pasture. We have like a Y going on. We have our main creek, and there's also another main spring up here closer to the neighbor's house. However, there are a few little minor springs that prevent us from really working this area, especially with the goats or sheep and even chickens, because it gets wet. When we get rain, I mean, the springs, we find new springs all the time. What are you doing, man? You fell in the mud?
Yeah, the mud back.
One thing we would like to do is not clog up the springs, however, harness them. And I have no idea where we would start to do that. I don't know if we would like lay down piping, you know, or what. But if we could sort of harness the water, also drying up the land, that way we would have more room for chickens, put a cow over here, some stuff that would benefit our family. This area we can't really do much with. Like I said earlier, we did have the pigs. However, it became a muddy mess. Even though we moved them from different paddocks, they just completely destroyed everything. And stuff is having a hard time growing back, even though we planted over here. If there's any viewers that understand what I am trying to describe of what we want to do, that would have a background of that, please feel free to leave some comments. In the description is my email address, so please feel free to reach out to me. So I just found a new spring, and I wanted to show you guys what I'm talking about. I mean, it is just bubbling straight from the ground, and it's starting right there, and it comes down. I mean, it's a good amount of water, leads up to the other part of the creek, and it goes down right to our main one. And we have these all throughout this area. And I mean, I don't even know if we would be able to do what I'm picturing in my head. I would be interested to see what the underground looks like. I mean, where is all this water coming from? I mean, we are at the basin of a medium-sized mountain, and so I know the water is coming through there, going into the ground, and just, you know, it slowly leaches out. And I mean, it's really awesome. I definitely don't want to lose that aspect of this property, because the springs, I mean, that's life. That brings life to this land. And I just want to harness some of it so we can use the land for farming. Well guys, I really appreciate you tuning into this video. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your life to watch ours. Again, if you guys like what you see, please give me a thumbs up. Don't be afraid to leave any comments. And again, hit that subscribe button. All right, and I will see you guys on the next video.